From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, April 12th, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. When you mix high prices for cars and trucks, along with a rapid jump in interest rates, you get an average payment on a new car or truck at $730 a month. That compares with a payment of $656 a month just a year ago. All of this is based on data from the car experts at Edmunds. Yes, it's getting far harder to find a car priced at $20,000 or $25,000 if you're in the new car market. Put another way, new buyers ended up paying an extra $74 a month on average, up 11% from just a year ago. Plenty of people who bought new cars in the first quarter took on a payment of $1,000 a month or more. Just 4 years ago, only 4% of consumers actually did that. But by the first quarter of this year, that jumped to 16.8%, or 1 out of 6 new car buyers who ended up agreeing to a $1,000 monthly payment or more. If you're buying a car, it's especially important to shop around for financing first. See what kind of interest rate you might be able to get. Some deals are better than others. Some say shop the rates before the ride. Also, take a look at your other bills. What will car insurance cost? Ideally, you want to keep all transportation costs. That includes gas, insurance, and that car payment below 20% of your income.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. The story of 3 tragic shipwrecks on Lake Superior got a new ending Thursday, more than a century after the vessels were lost, with the announcement that the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society had found 2 of them. All 3 ships, the steamer C.F. Curtis, which was being towed by 2 schooner barges, Sheldon E. Marvin and Annie M. Peterson, from Michigan to New York with loads of lumber, sank in a violent storm on November 18, 1914. There were no survivors. The final tally of the dead, 28. In many ways, the Historical Society said the discovery of wrecks lost beneath the surface, mostly in storms, gives us a window to the past because the cold water preserves the artifacts from another time. But they also, to the families of the mariners and passengers who died, provide some peace. When the Free Press initially reported the Great Lakes tragedy on the front page, tucked among other sad reports detailing incidents from the First Great War, it was under the hard-to-miss headline, "Many Lives, 2 Ships Sacrificed in Attempt to Save Barge and Storm." Night came, snow swirled, and the tow lines heaved. Somewhere out there in the darkness, the Curtis and the Marvin parted from the Peterson, the Free Press reported. There was no easing on the tow line, no let-up in the racing of the seas, no warning to the men ahead fighting to bring the little fleet safe into the harbor.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, watching as the Detroit Lions continue to overhaul its roster. On Tuesday, the Lions traded cornerback Jeff Okudah to the Atlanta Falcons for a 5th-round draft pick in this month's draft. Now, if you're wondering, hey, didn't the Lions draft Okudah really high? Well, you'd be correct. The Lions picked the cornerback out of Ohio State with the number 3 pick overall in 2020, but that was a different regime. Brad Holmes and this current staff wasn't exclusively tied to Okudah, who had a decent bounce-back season in 2022 after suffering a torn Achilles the season before. But after signing Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley this offseason, the writing was on the wall that Okudah's days were numbered here in Detroit. In 2 weeks and 2 days from today, we get to see how the Lions roster will further evolve with the NFL Draft in Kansas City.
For more from the Detroit Free Press, visit freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.